Pay attention. What was number 4? I don't care. Okay. Number 1 is going to be A. What about 3? It is also none. Okay, which is also A. Okay, let me give you some advice. Find the mode, median, and mean. Okay, look at this. Okay, now I want you to look at the mode options. Now, A is 12, B is 17, C is 17, and D is 16 and 17. Okay, so eliminate what you can as you go. Okay, what is the mode? Oh shoot, babe. I didn't realize you didn't have it. Okay, what is the mode? 12. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 12 and 15. So what answer choice is that? A. Okay, without even having to do all the work for the median and mean, you could figure it out. Now, if it was one of these ones like B, then you're gonna have, because they both say 17, then you're gonna have to go ahead and figure out the median and the mean or whatever. Okay, so it is A. What's going on? Okay. Okay, look at 7. Again, what is the mode? Huh? 4 and 7. So what answer choice is that, or what can we eliminate?
Wait, it is.
Huh?
It is C.
It is C. Okay, that's the only one that says 4 and 7.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay, number 9. So that is multiplying exponents. Okay, so you multiply the bigs and add the littles. Okay, so when we multiply these bigs, I got 2 times 2. What is that? 4. Do we need to add up the littles? No, there's only one that says a big 4 on there. Okay, so that's going to be A. Okay, again, 4 times 3, 12. So what can you eliminate? Cross off what you can as you can go. You can cross off A. Okay, now we add up the littles. So 2 plus 2. Yeah, so that's going to be 12x4. Okay, 13 is negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. What answer choice is that? Huh? D. Alright, so again, when you're taking your final exam, I don't care how much or how little work that you show. Okay, all I'm looking at is did you say A, B, C, or D? Okay, so you can guess on the whole thing if you want to. You don't have to. Okay, 15. We're gonna fill in the ones. So there's a 1 by that 3 and a 1 by that M. Okay, this one is ones you're just gonna have to do a little bit of work. Okay, 2 times 1. So we're gonna have negative 3 to the 2. 2 times 1. 2. And then 3 times 2. 6. Okay, again, look at your letters first. Work with those. Okay, which one has an M2 and an N6? C. Okay, so without even having to simplify this and everything, go ahead and we can mark C. Okay, 17. We can go ahead and fill in the ones. 4 times 1. 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Okay, which one of these has an x to the 4th power? D. Okay, that's the only one with x to the 4th. Okay, again, go as far as you have to. If you don't need to solve the problem all the way through, then don't. Okay, 19. What can we eliminate from the very beginning? There's something that stands out on some of them. What can we eliminate from the very beginning? It is not D. What's wrong with A? No. What's wrong with A? No. What's wrong with A? There's a 3. Do we have a big 3 up there at all?
No.
No, okay, so it's definitely not that. Okay, look at, what's my big number? 2. Okay, you can't magically just get a 3. Okay, so these definitely are not gonna work. Okay, you cannot say, well, there's not an n or whatever, because we're doing subtraction with these, so they can disappear. Okay, so we got 2m to the 3, and we minus the top minus the bottom. It's gonna be minus 4 over n2. Okay, what is 3 minus 4? -1, and then an n2. What do we do with negative exponents? It's gonna either get moved to the top or bottom depending on where it's at, okay? So it's gotta get moved here. So it's gonna look like 2, and 1, and 2. What answer choice is that? C. Okay, so some of these you're gonna have to do more work. Some of these you can kind of tell just straight from the gate. Okay, it just depends. Okay, 21, we're subtracting those exponents. Okay, so we got 2x to the -3 minus 3, y to the -3 minus 0. Okay, what is -3 minus 3? -6, y to the -3. Okay, without even the negatives or anything, what one is that has those same letters and numbers? A, okay? Because where do negatives go? To the bottom. So we know that these are going to get moved and they're going to become a positive, but this is the only one that has an x6 and an xy3. Okay, so it's got to be A. Julie Reed. Okay, 23. Okay, we start with our initial amount, 6390. 1, is it going to be plus or minus? Read the problem. Is it going to be plus or minus?
Minus.
Why is it minus? What word? Reduce. Lets us know to do a minus. What's going to be our percent?
4.
Okay, what's that look like as decimal? 0.04. To the what power? Why 6? Yes, so 2022 to 2028 is 6 years. So they're wanting to know 6. Okay, type that in your calculator and see what you get. So what answer choice is that? A. Okay, now, let me show you what they did. Okay, because it is a little bit easier. Okay, what they did, I want you to do on your calculator right now, is type in 1 minus 0.04. Do it. 1 minus 0.04. What do you get? 1 minus 0.04. Hit SD. Is 0.96. Okay? So what they did, and this is kind of a cheater way, okay? You can look at your initial amount. If any of them don't work, cross it out. And then you can just look at this without having to do the whole thing. It's either going to be 1 plus 0.04 on your calculator or 1 minus, which is this one, 0.96. Okay, that's how they got that. They just did this on the calculator and got this. Okay? Or you can do it the old-fashioned way, like the way that I taught you. It's really fun. Okay, 25 is going to be one where you're going to do almost all the work. Okay? You're going to draw your chart. What numbers are we putting on that chart? -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so on your calculator, you're going to type in 5 times 2 to the negative 2 power, and so on. Okay, again, the faster you guys type, the faster we'll be done. Okay, and what do you get for negative 2?
1.25.
1.25? 2.5?
5.
5?
10.
10?
20.
20. Okay. Now, because it's multiple choice, I gotta show you what's going on. Okay? We've talked about this in the past. Do we know exactly, especially look how small the graphs are. Do you know exactly, can you exactly tell where 1.25 is at? No, you cannot. Start with the whole numbers first. By whole numbers, I mean this one, 20, 10, and 5. Okay, you can most definitely tell where those are at. Okay, so if we look at this one, I know my coordinates should be at 20, or 2 and 20, which if we're looking at this graph should be 2 and then 20. There should be a dot right exactly there. Okay, not a dot, but like the line should cross right exactly there. Okay, so this one definitely does not work. Okay, this one, 2 and 20. Ours does not even go through there, so it's definitely not it. Okay, C is going to be 2 and 20. That one checks out. Okay, what about D? Does D check out? Almost, but no. Okay, so it's going to be C. And I would just go through and double check. 1 and 10, and then 0 and 5 also work. Okay, so 1, 10, that checks out, and 0 and 5, and that checks out. Maggie, fix your shirt. Your whole back is hanging out. Untie it. Or go get a jacket, one of the two. Or go to the office. I don't really care. Okay, 27. I realize that you guys do not have your chart. However, you're just going to have to kind of go with it. Okay? What is a one piece called? Is that going to be a monomial, a binomial, or trinomial? Mono. Okay, and that's the one that most of you guys know. So it's definitely a mono. Okay? What's the difference between a quartic and a constant? A constant is not 1. What is it? 0 what? There's no exponents, right? So it's definitely a constant. What's a quartic? 4. It's x to the 4. Okay. Okay, simplify the sum. So when we're doing these, again, go as far as you got to. What would you combine first? 3 and 7, right? So and the n4s. Okay, so what is 3 plus 7? 10 and 4. What can you eliminate? B and C. Okay, you can most definitely, those say 18 and, okay, and then what would you combine? What comes after 10 and 4? Yeah, the n3s, okay? Who can he get combined with? Nobody. Okay, so which one has a negative 2 and 3? D. It's most certainly D. Okay, what's different about the subtraction? You guys switch the signs in all the second parentheses, so this should look like a minus, a plus, and a minus. Okay, and then it gets done just like above. Okay, so what would we combine first? The x4. So I got a negative 1 and a negative 7. What is that going to give me? Negative 1 and negative 7. Negative 8. What answer choice is that? D. Okay, without even having to continue to combine, stop as soon as you can. We got about maybe 9 left. Okay, find each product. That means multiply. Okay, again, stop whenever you can. 5 times 6 is 30. What's the only one that has a 30 in it? A. Boom, it's done. 7 times 8? 56. How many M's? 2. 2. So again, stop, eliminate. Okay? That way if you're forced to guess, rather than a 25% chance of getting it right, you got a 50-50. Okay? Eliminate whatever you can. Okay? So what can you eliminate? B and C. Okay? It's definitely not those ones. Okay? Now, here's where you guys start playing a sketchy game. Okay? You need to do the rest of it. Okay? If you cannot eliminate from the first one, you need to go all the way because you're forced to combine. And then some of you guys will be like, oh, I see 14. Okay? Or, oh, I see 10. It may be 10, but you have to combine those two middle ones. So this is the one, eliminate what you can from the gate, and then you need to finish the problem. Okay? So you have to do this because we're going to get a 42. And then again, this is going to be another single M, which is negative 32 M, and then a negative 24. Okay? So this one, you need to do at least that whole line. Okay? What gets combined? Yeah, and what's that going to give me? A 10. So my middle piece is going to be a 10M. What answer choice is that? D. Oh, we got 5 left. Okay. You know how like addition and subtraction go together? What goes with multiplication? Division. Okay? Factoring and distributing go together. Okay? So sometimes you can use the answer to help you figure out the problem, and it's a heck of a lot less work. So I'm going to do these 2 different ways. This one, I'm going to do the using the answer way, and this one will be the way that I taught you. Okay, the answer way, we're trying to match this. Okay, we're trying to match that. Okay, so because you guys are almost better at distributing than you are factoring, I would go with the distributing method, but that's just me. Okay, what is negative 7 times 2? Negative 14. And then you add the exponent, so that's going to be x3. Is that match our first term?
No.
So this one does not work. Negative 7 times 1. Negative 7. That looks good. Okay, and then add the exponents. It would be x4. Does that match up?
No.
No, we're trying to get negative 7x3. That one does not work. Negative 7 times 1. It's negative 7. How many x's? 2. That does not work. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you, just because if some of them are the same, you would say negative 7 x3, and then you do negative 7 times 2, which is going to be negative 14, and 1x. See how that completely looks the same as this one? Okay, that's how you can use the answers, because a lot of you are so much better at distributing because you've been doing it longer than what you are factoring. Okay? So, you can use the answers, and it works just the same. That's why when people are always like, check your answer, check your answer. Normally I'm not like that, but in this case, you can use the answers to check your work, okay? It's just kind of doing it in the opposite order. Okay, whereas 39, although it's the same type of problem, it's the same type of factoring, what is the smallest number up there? I got 25, 25, and 5. 5, so I can pull out nothing bigger than a 5. So a 5 is going to be on the outside. Okay, and again, stop. What can you eliminate? B. Okay. So 25 divided by 5. 5. 25 divided by 5. 5. And 5 divided by 5. 1. Okay. Now, just looking at those numbers, what's the only answer option that checks out? C. Okay. But again, if you distribute this to every piece, that would give me negative 25x2, negative 25x, and a positive 5. Okay, so you could do it either way. You're going to get the same thing. Okay, 41. We're factoring. What's smaller up there, 1 or 10? 1. Does 1 go into 1? Does 1 go into 10? Yeah, so we can pull out a 1. Okay, what is 1 divided by 1? 1. 10 divided by 1? 10. Okay, and again, keep going through. Okay, my first guy, he's got 2 x's. My second guy, he's got 1. How many can I pull? 1. Okay, how many is my first guy gonna have left? One second guy. None. Okay, now stop and look. What's gonna work? C. Okay, so again, remember these ones, you can put ones or you don't have to. Okay, so it's gonna be C. We got 2 left. Okay, 43. We're gonna draw our 2 parentheses and we're gonna say R and R. And we're gonna find a list of what number? We're gonna make a list of what number? 1, right? What are factors of 1? 1 and 1. Okay, and I'm trying to get to a -2. How can I make that happen? They're both negative. Okay, well, is that an answer choice up there? No, why not? That's that one we got to write it twice. Okay, so you say R minus 1 squared. Okay, last one. Draw my parentheses, and I'm gonna make a list of what number first? 3, right? So it's gonna be 1x and 3x. Okay, stop and look. What can you eliminate? I know I should have a 1 and a 3 in the both beginning boxes. What can I eliminate? Huh? Yep, C. What else? And D. Okay, that has a 7 and a 1, and that has a 5 and a 1. Okay, and then the rest we kind of gotta do a little bit. Okay, well, I'm gonna make a list of what number next? 2, right? So what's some factors of 2? Okay, so I could either put the 1 here and then the 2 there, or 2 then 1. Okay, what's the problem with A? What's the problem with A? It does not have 2 or 1. What numbers does it have? 10 and 7. 10 and 7 ain't up there anywhere. Okay, so it's definitely not 10 and 7. Okay, so it's got to be B. Okay, 1 through 46. You should have done